This broadcast is streamed and produced by Midnight Sports. It is not affiliated with any hockey organization, club, or team. Midnight Sports is comprised of hockey parents who stream games for friends and family who cannot attend the games in person. Today's broadcast features D-Biz on production and camera and CDS on commentary. We hope you enjoy it.
Schaefer receives it at the Zamboni doors, tries to flick it up, gets just out of his reach, and now the Phantoms try and throw it in front. They do, and they tuck that one home. Well, the Phantoms picked up 32 seconds left to go on the two-man advantage here. There's a lot of open ice for the Stars as Pizarro streaks into the offensive zone. He sends a tight angle shot that's gloved down there. No rebound coming by the Phantoms. Can't quite get it. Viscoso, though, keeps the zone in the high slot. That long stick can't quite connect again, and now the Phantoms come the other way. It's a mini break for the Phantoms. They're in. They shoot high at the cage. That puck goes up into the netting. But it's Farrell in the right place at the right time. Able to cut out the threat and then find Shulman. He's got a mini 2-on-1. Shulman shoots in, looking for that pad pass with Shulman. And then into the neutral zone. He gains the line, takes a heavy hit there, but he's able to work that into the offensive zone. Now he pinches in to the near half wall, and he sends that in on net. Wow, Schaefer able to clear the zone. Now to be Gorloff, looking over towards Schaefer to go point to point. Instead he comes back up and goes strong side. Finds Polisi, finds Fisher. A wonderful pass. Fisher in the slot, shoots, glove down by the Delco goalie. Now the Phantoms come through the neutral zone. It's Farrell pinching over, cutting out what would have been a 2-on-0 threat in the offensive zone. The Phantoms have in the slot. They turn, they shoot. Speaker's able to chest that one down and catch it with the glove. Shulman who can't connect. Oh, that net was gaping. Unfortunately, that puck took a hop at the wrong second as a Stars fan. And so, Delco lives to fight another day. It looks like they're going to go and sees Fisher streaking through the neutral zone. It's Fisher now on the forehand. He loads up, sends a shot high on a deflection off the netting. And so it'll be an offensive zone draw again here for the Stall all the way rink wide toward Shulman. Shulman sends that down to Nikolaitis. Nikolaitis sends that in front, and then that puck's loose. Pizarro went in hard for it, and he got a nice, takes it off of the hip and throws it toward the offensive blue line. Stars will take over. It's Pizarro on a mini break. He's in all alone. He shoots, he scores! The offensive zone, they do. They're going to load up here. Are the Phantoms? Oh, a heavy hit. We're going to get a call here. It's like Polisi took his man out of the play there. And it's going to be Phantoms players in the near corner. And it's Fisher going to work there. Sends that net front. That bouncing puck comes out to the net front. Now it's covered up at the last second there as the Stars looking to win this faceoff in the offensive zone. They do. Comes up to Gorloff. He shoots, and it's covered nicely there by the Phantoms goaltender. The offensive zone. Schaefer pushes his man all the way to the end boards, and the Phantoms unable to get the shot off at first. Now they load up at the top of the slot. Shot comes in. They score. Oh, boy. The Phantoms had them with some speed. He's taking full strides now as he gains the offensive zone. He looks toward the slot. He shoots. Oh, he tried to catch a goalie cheating there. And then he pitches in to try and tap home to make a bit of a change behind the play. We're going to have a call here as Gorloff gets into it with 3 Phantoms men in the near corner as whistles continue to blow. Phantoms leave it there at the far point. They load up, they shoot in. That puck's going to roll into the slot, and then it bounces over the glove of Speaker as it's sticked home. Stick stays up. Everyone goes in, and that's not going to be a goal as the Stars get into it right in front of the cage as Speaker was run there. And so it's Nikolaitis again. Puck comes up to the blue line, and it is out. James Nikolaitis doing some work on the penalty kill here as the Phantoms break right back into the zone. Slapper comes in. Speaker shuts that shot down. No rebound coming. It'll be Shulman at the dot. Faceoff sits at the dot. There's going to be a penalty upcoming here. Looks like it's going to be roughing. See who's going. It's Pizarro trying to get something to the net front. Some heavy hitting out there as the puck comes right back over to Pizarro. Finds Shulman all alone in the slot. He shoots, he scores! Oh, the Stars able to pop the offensive zone momentarily. And now it's the Phantoms coming the other way. 2-on-2, 2-on-1 developing here for the Phantoms. They shoot in on Speaker. He's able to just catch that one. And so we get a stoppage of his man. Nikolaitis comes up the breakout at the far half wall. Works it down toward Russo. Waits for the return pass. Comes to Nikolaitis. He shoots. He scores! Oh, James Nikolaitis. 2 seconds. And Now they have a break developing. Delco into the zone. Screen shot hits the shin pads, and Speaker able to jump on that loose puck in the blue paint as it came off the end boards. Nearly sticked home by. Sends a shot. Deflected wide. Bousey tries to track it down behind the cage. Touch it farther. It's still there. It's loose. And it looks like maybe it's under the pads of the netminder as the whistle went. It's a screen shot in. Rebound there. Oh, saved nicely by the Phantoms goaltender. And so it's still a tie hockey game here as that puck is going to cross the end line. Viscoso made up. Russo wins that back to Viscoso. Viscoso loads up and then sends it over toward Nicolaitis. He faked everyone in the rink out as Nicolaitis dances in. He shoots and stopped again by the takes the pass from his teammate, and onward we play. Schulman now into the offensive zone, leaves it for Bizarro. Bizarro dances in, side of the circle, and that one's gloved down by the Phantoms. It's left to play in this game. Phantoms working furiously in front of the Stars bench. They load up, send a shot in on Speaker, who sticks that up into the netting, buys his team a change. And so Bizarro has Fisher, he looks for him, puck hops off his stick, Bizarro has to track back and pick it up, sends it up to the point, Farrell, long shot in, loose in front, and then covered by the Phantoms goaltender. And the ensuing rebound goes just wide. Bizarro takes a heavy hit in the near corner, thrown toward the front, hits a skate. Fisher goes around the net to pick it up, throws it in front again. Bouncing puck covered up nicely by the Phantoms netminder. They're on the forehand, are the Phantoms. Shot comes in, gloved aside by Speaker, and it's racked up to the near point. Shot comes in, Speaker able to gobble that one up with the big chest protector. One full up behind his own net. He's harassed by a man there. Phantoms will come out and take that puck, break into the offensive zone. They shoot in, they hit the leg pad. Well, we're gonna get a call here. Russo leaves it for Nicolaitis. Nicolaitis finds Viscoso. Viscoso shoots it, saved, and the puck's still loose. It's still loose, it's scored! That's a Stars goal! The Stars win! Well, hello and welcome back to IceWorks in Aston, PA. We're here for Game 2 of the doubleheader between the Stars and the Phantoms. If you missed this morning, just stop watching this broadcast and go watch the tape of this morning's game. It won't get more entertaining than that hockey game, a double overtime victory by the Stars. Well, and something we couldn't figure out in Game 1 from the broadcast booth was the players coming onto the ice. It was to honor Coach Rob Hahn, who is ill, and of course everyone here at Midnight Sports and on the ice wishes him the very best. Longtime coach here for the Phantoms, and everyone came out on the ice. It was truly a wonderful display of sportsmanship, wishing Rob and his entire family the best. Well, we'll get set here now for Game 2 between the Stars and the Phantoms. 25 minutes going to be put on the board shortly, one would think, as the officials talk to the scorekeepers. It'll be Jason Diatelli in net for the Stars in the afternoon game here. He has been rock solid out there thus far this season for the Stars. Stars wearing the road navy blues, going left to right on your television screen and radio dial. Looks like the Phantoms have made a goalie change as well from Game 1. That game went long, certainly into double overtime. You'd expect a few tired legs out here, and we're playing this afternoon on an Olympic-sized rink. For those at home, that is a wider rink than an NHL-sized rink. Expect a little bit more offense here today, this afternoon, I should say. Well, hang on one sec. 25 minutes now put on the board as the goalies get checked. Puck about to be dropped. It's Nicolaitis, Polisi, and it looks like Schulman out there to open the game. Polisi takes that face-off win, dumps it on down, and the Phantoms will turn to pick it up behind their own net. Phantoms on the puck now, trying to get that puck out of the zone. Schulman, though, in the way, fires from the slot, sticked aside there by the Phantoms netminder. Puck thrown to the slot, nobody home, down low, as the Stars had been in for support. That puck's going to go all the way down to the other end of the ice. We'll get an early icing here, just 25 seconds into this game. It's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Stars. Well, same 5 skaters stay out there. It'll be Schaefer and Viscoso as the defensive pairing. Schaefer throws one in. Sneaky screen shot there. Doesn't quite get through. And now the Phantoms come the other way. It's a 4-on-2 for the Phantoms as they gain the offensive zone. They'll dump in. Viscoso will turn behind his own net. Try and jam that puck around. Sits at the end boards, but it does find the stick of Nicolaitis. Nicolaitis works it out of the zone. Phantoms take over at center ice. Nice feathered pass straight away into the offensive zone. Backhander comes in. Oh, the one touch doesn't connect. Goes just wide of the cage. And so now the Stars will look to get it out of the zone. Stars at the end wall, at the near quarter now, trying to jam that puck up and out of the zone. It's Polisi on the puck. Works that over to Schaefer. Schaefer gains center ice, gains the line, takes a heavy hit, but he dumps it in to make the play, and he'll pop right back up. Pizarro now on the ice for the first time in this game, trying to leave it there for Fauci. Hops over his stick, and so the Phantoms come through the neutral zone the other way. It's a 2-on-3. Good work by Schaefer to gum up his man, and Pizarro does the rest. Dumps the man in white down in the near corner, and the Stars look to get this puck up and out of the zone. Unable to do so on the first try, Fauci has a chop at it and does enough with the help of Fisher to get that puck past the blue line. Phantoms come right back the other direction. They are firing early. They're in the low slot. Kicked aside there by Diatelli. Equal to the task on the first shot he sees on the day. And now another shot comes in. Kicks the rebound out, does Diatelli. Comes into the slot, and the Phantoms lining up to take some shots here in the slot. That one hits a body, and it'll be Pizarro breaking the other way into the offensive zone. Top of the circle, throws something wide of the cage there, and Fisher watches that one go over toward Leshner. Leshner picks it up, comes back strong side to buy the Stars some time to get back on defense. They do. Fisher turns the puck the other way into the offensive zone. It's Nicolaitis chasing it down in the offensive zone. Phantoms try and work that puck up out of their zone. They do, but without possession. And it's Farrow now going point to point with Leshner. Leshner on the puck, gains center ice, dumps on in. It's gloved down there by the Phantoms defenseman. And onward we play. A reverse, gets around Nicolaitis momentarily. He does a good job on the back check to gum up the breakout. Now the Phantoms reset in the neutral zone. They try and dangle around Leshner. He says no as the puck comes up to the near point. Upended as a Phantom man. No call coming despite the Phantoms bench wanting that arm raised. Instead, the puck sits in the near corner, and Nicolaitis and Leshner eliminate their man from play and pump the puck up. Schulman dances around his man, leaves it for Russo. Russo breaking into the offensive zone. He's all alone as the Stars make a change there. He buys enough time, though, and gets a shot on goal. And now he'll head to the bench for a change as 4 new Star skaters are out there. It's Pizarro on the forecheck. Gets the puck from his man, wings it over to Farrow, and the puck comes up. Handcuffs Polisi just a little bit. The Stars will have to reset at center ice. They do. Farrow now will go for a change as he dumps in. Polisi on the forecheck, leaves it for Fauci. Shot comes in, and it's saved there nicely by the Phantoms netminder. Phantoms come right back the other way through center ice. Going around one man, but not two, is the Phantoms forward as some sticks get tangled up. Harmlessly, though, and onward we go. Viscoso winging that around to the near point. Polisi gets it out of the zone. Fauci now in on the forecheck at the near circle. Fauci drives his man all the way behind the net, and the Phantoms break out on the other side of the ice. It's a 1-on-2 there. Pizarro with the back check, and Gorlov gums it up at the blue line. Now the Phantoms will dump in from center ice and give chase. Gorlov turns behind his own net. He's got Viscoso out there with him. A little time and space to feather that one up toward Pizarro. Pizarro tries to chip it farther. He's got a man all over him. Fauci in for support. The puck's dumped off the dasher, back in. Stars trying to clear the zone right now. It's Gorlov trying to take the puck out from behind his own net. He's surrounded by 3 Phantoms men, and the shot comes in there. Diatelli makes the save. It's out in front of him. He makes the second save, and he pops out that glove and freezes it. 20-33 left to go here in the first half. Some action down at the Stars' end. Stars defense and netminder equal to the task. Now it's going to be a far dot faceoff in the defensive zone here for the Stars. It'll be Nicolaitis at that dot as the Stars look to pump this up and out of the zone. It's Farrow circling, sends that up and out off the stick of Russo. Russo takes over again in the neutral zone. Fisher there with him, towing the blue line, waiting to enter the offensive zone. Russo finds him. Fisher breaks in. He's in the slot, dances around one man, but the second one gets him, so Fisher throws it across the ice. Nobody home in the low slot. The Phantoms will have to break out the other way. They do, but only so far as Farrow, who had Leshner back with him. He looks for Russo, tapped just a bit beyond him, and so the Phantoms take back over at center ice. Now both teams feeling each other out here after an intense first game. Phantoms happy to dump that one in, and Diatelli wise to that play off the end boards. Little Joe Louis Arena bounce off the end boards, but Diatelli saw it the whole way. And now it'll be Nicolaitis. He, the hero of game one, with the double overtime goal, steaming into the far corner, all alone, taking on 4 Phantoms alone as the Stars make a change, and they nearly connected there. Did the Stars. Instead, the Phantoms will send it all the way down for an icing. 19:31 left to go here in the first half. Well, Midnight Sports viewers, in case you're wondering, yes, this is a different rink. We didn't just decide to bring you a better camera angle for game 2. It is a totally different rink with different bleachers, and here we are. It'll be Fauci at the dot, winning that behind him. Pizarro tries to fire a shot, hits a stick, rolling puck in the blue paint, sticked aside there by the Phantoms defenders. Pizarro curls, top of the circle, looks to work that over to the slot toward Fauci, but he hits a body, and so the Phantoms try and break the other way. Good play there by Viscoso, cuts out the threat, he jams it out of the zone, and Schulman tries to play it farther. Instead, the Phantoms come away with it at the near circle. They throw that into the slot, but handcuffed are the Phantoms and unable to pull the trigger. Schulman all over his man. He'll shepherd that puck back into the defensive zone behind his own net. He's got Viscoso there. He's got a Phantoms man on him. He's able to poke check it away, and Viscoso now will turn in the near corner with the puck, work it over toward Schaefer. Schaefer gives chase at the far half wall. He's got Fauci ahead of him. Schaefer's able to get that puck out of the zone, and the Phantoms break in just a bit too soon. 18:45 left to go here in the first half. Scoreless hockey game thus far. Now, we're not going to get a shot counter on the scoreboard, so you can't hear me opine in this game as to whether the shot count seems fair. In any event, it's the Phantoms in the low slot. Farrow gets there first, able to send that all the way to the weak side, and Russo jams it up to the far point. Not out just yet. Phantoms turn with it. They're at the top of the far circle, and they have to dump that in deep as Russo was able to get in the way of that shot lane. Phantoms still with the puck at the far half wall. Leshner all over his man. Nicolaitis in for support, and he takes a hit up high for his trouble. No call coming as the Stars will break out through Russo. Polisi headman up there, but Russo can't get it to him as there were 2 Phantoms players in his way. Now the Phantoms in the slot at the far circle. They shoot on in. They miss the net there as the puck's going to go all the way around. It's Polisi harassing his man at the near half wall. He'll just have to dump in, will the Phantoms man. Farrow wings that up toward Russo, just out of his reach. Russo, though, able to stick fight the man who wanted to keep that in the zone, and then the Phantoms dump it in just a little bit too soon for an offside. 17:50 left to go here in the first half of game 2. Now it'll be Fauci at center ice to take this draw, as that's where that puck was dumped in from on the offside. He's got Fisher to his right, Pizarro to his left. Puck one back. Viscoso will take over at his own blue line. He's got Schaefer as his defensive pair. He'll go point to point with Schaefer. Schaefer skates up. Puck comes off his stick, though. And now the Stars scramble back to gum up any play there. They dump it in just on the wrong side of the red line, and it'll go for an icing with 17:34 left to play in the first half. Well, it is forgivable here for all these skaters to commit a few icing infractions. They have to be tired after all the extra hockey this morning. Hard to recover from that. And a doubleheader where they had about a 2-hour break. Comes up to the Phantom. Shot comes in. Fought off there by Diatelli. He got the glove and the blocker up and was able to push that up and over the goal. And then it was gloved down by his defenseman in Viscoso. Schaefer now trying to clear this puck out of the zone. Comes up to the near half wall. Stars body their men there. Rolling puck comes in close to the blue paint. And the Phantoms throw it in front. Too many Stars sticks in the way, though. Never finds home. It's Viscoso working that up to Pizarro. Pizarro goes cross ice on a big-time saucer pass over toward Fisher. Just a little bit too hot to handle, but he picks it up again anyway. He's in the offensive zone as Fisher, leaving it there for Fauci. Fauci shoots and it's saved again there by the Delco goalie. Puck's still alive here for the Stars. Stars trying to get it back in the offensive zone. And instead, the Phantoms will skate that to center ice. There across the blue line are the Phantoms on the forehand. Weak shot comes in, and it's going to just be gloved there by Diatelli at the side of the cage. He'll buy his team a change after they had steamed down to the offensive zone. And so with 16:40 left to go here in the first half, it's going to be a far circle drop for the Stars in the defensive end. Nicolaitis, Leshner, Russo, Schulman out there as 4 of the 5 skaters. Looks like Farrow is the 5th. Phantoms win that faceoff. They dump into the near corner. Phantoms just trying to cycle the puck in the offensive zone and wear out the Stars. We are in Philly. I guess it's the old Rocky strategy right now for the Phantoms. Shulman trying to leave the zone with the puck. Comes off his stick, but Russo through Nicolaitis is going to clear the zone and gain the offensive zone. Russo on the forehand, pushed wide there. He'll carry the puck all the way behind the net of the Phantoms. He'll circle it, leave it there for Shulman. Shot hits a body in front. Couple of bodies there, still loose. Nearly tapped home by Nicolaitis. Instead, couldn't quite get all of his stick on that one, and it went begging just wide. Comes up to Nicolaitis. Wicked backhand, hits a body in front, doesn't get through, and the Phantoms now desperate to clear the zone in their own right. Phantoms will skate that through the slot with some speed and get across the blue line. Shulman gets back on defense. He's got Farrow and Leshner behind him. The Phantoms pushed wide there by Farrow, who bodies his man, and now the puck behind the Stars' net comes out in front. It's cleared momentarily by Nicolaitis, dumped right back in, though, by the Phantoms. A little reverse hit there on Farrow. He looks fine, though, as he continues to skate. Puck comes up toward the Phantoms. They dump it in again. Farrow will turn behind his own net. On the backhand, switches to the forehand and finds Russo at the near half wall. Puck escapes him momentarily, and it's dumped right back in by the Phantoms. Clearly the message in the locker room for the Phantoms was buy as much offensive zone time as you can. The Stars, they may not know, but the Stars are down 4 skaters here today. And so there are going to be some tired legs out there, understandably. That puck is dumped from center ice by Shulman, and it's Polisi there first in the near corner. Polisi, a lot of fire in those legs right after I talked about some tired legs. Polisi all over his man at the far corner. Phantoms trying to get this puck out. It's Gorloff jamming it in farther. He's got Bizarro in front of him. Bizarro has 2 men on him, though, and the Phantoms will be able to clear the zone. Clock ticks under. 4:36 left to go here as Fauci picks up the puck, curls into the offensive zone, surveys his options, goes around one man, throws it into the slot just out of the reach of Bizarro. And the Stars nearly drew first blood there. Instead, it'll be the Phantoms coming the other way in a 2-on-2. The Phantoms with speed through the neutral zone, sticked wide by Gorloff, who does enough to gum up that play. And Polisi comes in for support, takes a heavy hit, but the puck worked out by Fauci toward Bizarro. Bizarro nearly goes around his man in the high slot. Instead, the Phantoms will come the other way. That was good stick work by Gorloff there. As the shot comes in, Diatelli able to make a kick save. And now it'll be the Stars defenders put to the test again as the Phantoms throw one in off a body in front. It'll go to the end boards. Phantoms throw it out front there. Nearly had a one-timer in. Puck still in the slot. Then it's sticked wide by the Phantoms. Fauci turns to pick up the puck. He uses the boards to find Polisi. Chips it farther out of the zone, and the Phantoms will have to clear the offensive zone. It's now Fauci working that puck up farther. And Viscoso will turn. Viscoso with the puck in his own end, sends it over toward Gorloff, who gives chase and picks up the puck on the forehand. He'll skate it out of his zone, chip it up toward Bizarro. Touch there, and it'll be on net anyway. Bizarro will get a face-off with 13:26 left to go in the first half. Well, a lot of action there picked up in the last 2 minutes. And as we were saying a little bit earlier, Gorloff with a great stick in the defensive zone was able to do enough to gum up the offensive momentum of the Phantoms and buy the Stars some offensive zone time. Stars win that faceoff. Thrown in by Fisher, just wide. It'll be Nicolaitis firing in now in the near corner. Nicolaitis jams that farther for Fisher. Instead, the Phantoms come away with it behind their own net. They work it around to the far half wall, not out just yet. Looks like a pinching Farrow, able to keep that puck in the zone. And it's now Fisher who awaits. Fisher awaits right in front. Nicolaitis tries to get him that puck. Instead, it comes to a Phantom, and Leshner will settle that in the neutral zone, and they go point-to-point for Farrow. Farrow chases it down in front of his own bench, gains the line, and dumps right back in. 12:49 left to play here in the first half. It'll be Nicolaitis on the puck. Tries to work that up to the point. Instead, the Phantoms come away with it, and now they're streaking through the neutral zone are the Phantoms. It's a 2-on-2 as they gain there. They throw a shot in on Diatelli. He had it caught in the equipment momentarily. He shook it loose to the side of the cage. Good veteran play by him. And onward we play. Puck left at middle ice for Fisher. He's going to storm the offensive zone here. Is Fisher. Take it all the way down to the near corner so the Stars can make a change behind the play. It's now Fauci and Bizarro out there. It's 2 forwards coming off the bench. Fauci will turn, send his man all the way wide. It's sticked into the slot, and it comes to Diatelli, who sticks that farther, and up and out of the zone goes the puck. Bizarro giving chase. That rolling puck just barely crosses the end line, and it's an icing on the Stars with 12:01 left to play here in the first half. Well, a lot of action on the ice. Not a lot of action on the scoreboard just yet. As it'll be Fauci to take this defensive zone draw. Looks like he's got Schaefer behind him. And Russo fires in on that faceoff win by Fauci. Russo trying to send that puck up and out of the zone. Stick lift by Bizarro. Doesn't necessarily get the job done just yet. It's Viscoso out there now, laying the wood on some Phantoms players. And Schaefer picks up that puck. Schaefer takes a hit for his trouble, but works it over toward Russo. Russo tries to send it farther. Instead, the puck comes to the slot, tapped farther, and Diatelli able to clear that to the far corner harmlessly. Puck now hops up to the top of the slot, and it's Bizarro on the puck. He's bodied off it by a man there in the neutral zone, and then taken out, and onward we play. Well, could have called interference there, but it goes uncalled, and onward we go here as Russo bodies his man in the near corner, and Schaefer does the same. Phantoms trying to work this into the slot or up to the point, but the Stars all over them there. Now the Phantoms at the top of the circle. They throw that off the end boards, and Viscoso was on to that play, and he'll pick up the puck and skate it all the way through the neutral zone and dump it in the offensive zone so the Stars can make a change. It's Bizarro that stays out with Viscoso. Viscoso all the way at the end boards here as the puck gets caught in his skates, and he's bought the Stars enough time to have all 5 skaters in the offensive zone. Phantoms do eventually emerge with that puck. Phantoms are able to send that puck out of the zone. Nikolaitis covering over at the far side of the ice, picks it up, throws it back in. The Phantoms will have to reset in their own end. That breakout pass hits a body, but the Phantoms still churn forward till the puck comes over to Polisi after Schulman does a good job of gumming up the play. It'll be Viscoso trying to zone exit there. He leaves it for Nikolaitis. Nikolaitis picks up the puck, crosses center ice. He's got Schulman down the right wing. Can't quite get it to him, though, as the Phantoms knew to cut off the passing lane. It's Schulman all over his man there as Farrow now turns with the puck. He's on the backhand, able to skate and take that puck off the wall on the backhand and then leave it for Polisi. Polisi has it at his own blue line, works that puck up, dances around a hit, dumps it into the offensive zone, but without possession, and onward we go here as the Phantoms look to break out of their zone. It's Nikolaitis chopping that puck farther, just out of the reach of Schulman. So the Phantoms will reset. They rack it around here to the weak side. Farrow with a zone keep, dumps that in just past Schulman, and Nikolaitis awaits as the puck rolls to Polisi. Nikolaitis gets it back, tries to throw it net front, stick in the way. Phantoms good defensive work there in their own end, and they'll break out the other way. It's a 2-on-2 developing for the Phantoms. Leshner over to cover. Farrow had done a bunch to send that puck wide. And so the Stars have to pick that puck up in their own zone now. Farrow reverses all the way over toward Leshner, just out of his reach. Phantoms are going to be able to keep the zone here as we tick under 9:20 left to play in a rapid first half. It's Nikolaitis with speed through the neutral zone now. He gains center ice, and he just drops that in so the Stars can make a change. Some quick changes here from the Stars bench, as you'd expect, given the numbers on the bench and how much hockey has been played so far. It's Fauci now trying to pick up the puck in the offensive zone. He's able to body his man after that puck was a little bit too far. And so the Phantoms player didn't like it, but no call coming after the Phantoms player decided to hit Fauci. And it'll be Fauci with a mini break. He's on the forehand, he shoots, and it's shouldered up by the Phantoms goaltender. Now Fauci had his hair on fire out there after a late hit that he absorbed, and he nearly found the back of the net. Instead, the Phantoms send it all the way down the ice. Viscoso picks up at the near circle. He turns with it. Phantoms were making a change. It sticked just off Viscoso's stick. Fauci works over his man, and now the Phantoms into the offensive end, into the slot. Shot comes in, and it's deflected up and into the netting there by the Stars. Well, 8:18 left to play here in the first half. The hitting's starting to pick up, and the shots are doing the same. Still 0-0 on the scoreboard, but it's going to be a defensive zone draw here for the Stars. It'll be Fauci to take this draw on the backhand. Puck sits at the dot, shot comes in, goes wide of the cage, and it's rimmed out of the zone. Phantoms will have to set up again in the neutral zone. They gain the offensive zone, do the Phantoms, and a soft shot comes in and goes wide of the cage, and now the Phantoms look to send something to the net front. Instead, it will be the Stars pushing that puck out through Gorlov, and the Phantoms will have to reset at center ice. 7:54 left to go as a bouncing puck comes in, and Diatelli does well to just steer that wide. Ensuing shot, though, goes under the pads, and the Phantoms score. 7:47 left to go here in the first half. It's the Delco Phantoms 1, the New York Stars 0. Well, we've seen this tale before. Phantoms drew first blood in game 1, and the Stars will look to answer back just as they did this morning. Ensuing faceoff will be Nicolaitis, Schulman, and Bizarro as the forward line. Farrow and Leshner as the defensive pair. Faceoff won there by the Phantoms. They load up, they shoot. Hits the side of the cage. That shot never really troubled Diatelli. And Schulman will try and clear the zone. Phantoms get in the way there. Bodied, though, by Farrow is the Phantoms man who has to make a pass to the far side of the ice. It's the Stars through Leshner, working it up toward Bizarro. Bizarro delays and now looks up ice, and he finds Nicolaitis. Nicolaitis picks up some speed, still carries the puck into the zone. Should have bought a tripping penalty there, but again, no arm raised, and onward we play. Well, the refs letting them play here this afternoon at IceWorks, as now the Phantoms have a mini break. They're in the low slot, are the Phantoms. They're able to dangle around and score. Well, that was a broken play there for the Phantoms, but they were able to make it happen as they sent that long 3-line pass up, and that puck was corralled, and they had that mini break. They were able to put that one past the Stars. So at 7:01 left in the first half, it's Phantoms 2, Stars nothing. Ensuing faceoff, puck sits at center ice. Stars eventually control through Viscoso. Viscoso on the puck, dumps it into the offensive end, and the Phantoms will take over there. It's Fisher on the forecheck. That reverse comes over to the weak side of the ice and out of the Phantoms' control as Schaefer controls at his own blue line. It's Schaefer for Viscoso. Puck rolls on him, and Viscoso will track back and try and work that up toward Fisher. Phantoms come away with it, at least momentarily. They throw it to the slot, and Polisi will clean up the loose change and throw that rink wide all the way over looking for Fisher. Instead, it's going to evade everyone, though, and go for an icing. And so with 6:25 left to go here in the first half, that's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Phantoms. Well, the officials really letting them play out there today, this afternoon, that is, and I don't think the Stars will have any complaints so long as it goes both ways. Schaefer picks up that face-off win, jams it up to the near half wall looking for Polisi. Puck comes up to the near point. The Phantoms will dump it right back in, and Schaefer gets another try at it. Again, it comes right up to the near point as it's sandwiched there by the Phantoms point man. It's Fauci now trying to pick up the puck at the far corner of the ice. He bodies his man, lets Schaefer pick it up there, and Schaefer takes a hit, but he does end up finding Fisher, who's able to work that up toward Polisi, and the Stars will get a change here. Polisi in on the forecheck, trying to gum up any zone exit so the Stars can finish up a change. That puck's dumped all the way down the left wing, a play that's worked for the Phantoms so far. The Phantoms in now. They try and shoot. Diatelli with a great save. He closed those leg pads up quickly, and the Phantoms, who were trying to beat him 5-hole, unable to do so. It's now the Stars working that puck up and out of the zone through Polisi. Polisi gives chase here. It's Bizarro on the forecheck. Racked off the glass right in front of the camera well here. The Stars will have to pick up back in their own end. Polisi takes the puck, dances around one man, tries to take that to the weak side of the ice. He's turning it into the strong side of the ice with all the men he has following him. And that puck will go all the way down after a nice dump in by him. The Phantoms scoot that puck all the way around the boards, and they'll gain the offensive zone here and give chase as they're making their own change behind the play here. It's the Stars through Farrow. Takes a big hit there. Looked like it was a little late. And again, though, referees letting them play out there. And so Bizarro taps the puck to himself at neutral ice. Tries to get the puck a little deeper into the offensive zone. It's Farrow now picking the puck up in his own end, trying to send that out strong side. And he'll pick it up again at the far corner. Not out of the zone just yet. Dancing in are the Phantoms. Glove down there by Diatelli. Ensuing shot hits a body in front, goes wide. It was Farrow with the block. And Russo picks up at the near corner. Phantoms still in the offensive zone. Firing in the slot. Pass just a little bit behind. We tick under 4.5 minutes left to go as the Phantoms will set up again in the neutral zone. It's the Phantoms working hard to buy another goal here in the offensive zone. They're in the slot. Rubbed off the puck, though, where the Phantoms at first by Bizarro. Shot comes in, hits Farrow in front, goes wide of the cage, and now it's tapped farther there by Nicolaitis, who has Russo with him. Phantoms are going to be there first, though. Skate that all the way behind their own net, and then send it around to the neutral zone. It's the Phantoms on a breakout play. It's a 2-on-3 for the Phantoms, but they curl into the top of the slot and now try and dangle past one man and two, and they're in, and the backhander is up and in. Wow, what an individual effort there by the Delco Phantoms forward, who took that from the blue line to the back of the net. Well, sometimes there are just impressive plays out there on the rink, and there's nothing you can do about it, and that's one of them. So with 3:54 left to go here in the first half, it's Delco 3, New York Stars 0. Ensuing faceoff will be Fauci, Fisher, and Schulman out there as the forwards. It's Viscoso taking that faceoff win, jamming it forward toward Fauci, just out of his reach, and so the Stars will reset at center ice. Schaefer opens up for Viscoso. Puck goes just past him. Viscoso will have another try at it at his own blue line. He works the puck up for Schaefer, who dummies that up toward Fisher. A nice play by him, just a little bit too far, though, as it'll go for an icing with 3:35 left to go in the first half. Well, folks, we thank you so much for joining us here today for Game 2 of this doubleheader. Truly has been some exciting 16U youth hockey here outside Philadelphia today. It's finally starting to get cold outside and feels like hockey season. And so, ensuing faceoff will be Fisher up for Schulman. Tries to push that past center ice. And the puck sits at the defensive blue line for the Phantoms until Schaefer takes over again, gains the offensive zone. He's got Fisher with him. He curls around his man, does Schaefer. He's bodied off the puck momentarily. Tries to leave it for Fisher. Fisher returns the pass over to Schulman. And then a bouncing puck does come out to a Phantoms player who's able to work it up toward Viscoso. Viscoso on the puck now. Looks for Schaefer at center ice. It's going to go past everyone, though. And at 3:03, it's going to be an icing on the Stars and a defensive zone draw coming up for them. Well, ensuing faceoff's going to see Bizarro, Polisi. Looks like Leshner out there, as well as Farrow and Nicolaitis. Nicolaitis to take this draw. Puck's won back to the top of the circle. Phantoms look to get a shot off, but the bouncing puck comes to Bizarro, who looks up ice for Polisi. It's the Phantoms now at center ice. They'll dump in and then get on their horses to pick up this puck in the near corner. Farrow wins that horse race, and he's on the puck, on the forehand. He's going to skate this to the top of the circle and then thread it up toward Polisi, who turns. It's a soccer turn. Johan Cruyff would be very impressed with that. He gets the shot off. Unfortunately for the Stars fans, it was saved nicely by the left leg pad of the Phantoms goaltender, and so the Phantoms come right back the other way. They're at the far circle, curling through the slot. They throw one on that it's kicked aside by Diatelli all the way out of the zone. A nice save by him as we tick under 2:20 left to play in the first half. Puck's going to go all the way down. Icing waved there. Interesting, they might have hit the official. And the puck's going to sit at the end boards, and now the Phantoms throw it out front. Ensuing one-timer goes wide. Phantoms will have to pick it up at the far half wall. They'll dump that puck in just a little bit deeper, and it'll be Russo working that puck up and out of the zone. And the Phantoms will pick it up at their own blue line. They'll come right back to the strong side of the ice. And the bouncing puck will eventually find Schulman at center ice. He jams it farther into the offensive zone. He's got Polisi just behind him, leaves it for him there, and then throws it through the slot, but can't connect with the teammate, and the Phantoms break the other way. Phantoms across the offensive blue line, and pushed wide there by Farrow, who sandwiches his man into the boards. Well, they certainly are calling it both ways, which is to say they're not calling it at all out there on the ice, which is all you can ask for. Fairness for both teams. So 3 Stars players, 2 Phantoms players in at the near half wall, trying to get that puck deeper in the zone or out of the zone, depending on what shirt you're wearing. It is sticked farther there by Schulman. Icing's going to be waved. 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go here in Game 2, first half. Comes up to a Stars player there. It was Fisher with a laser of a wrist shot, but saved nicely by the Phantoms goaltender, and so it'll just be an offensive zone draw for the Stars with 64 seconds left to go here in the first half from Aston, PA. Russo leans over at the far dot, trying to work this over to Fisher in the slot. Phantoms come away with it in the low slot. Fisher all over his man there, but it's backhanded out of the zone, and Viscoso now will give chase. He's got Gorloff out there with him. Viscoso picks it up on the backhand, curls around his own net, reverses to himself to get on the forehand, trying to work that up and out of the zone. It comes out front, and then it's just tapped home by the Phantoms. With 47.6 seconds left in the first half, Phantoms able to get that puck into the back of the net on another broken play. And so it's Phantoms 4, Stars nothing, here just before halftime. A reminder, Midnight Sports viewers, that halftime should feature an ice cut and about a 10 to 12 minute break. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after that break. 47.6 left. Ensuing faceoffs, Russo, Fisher, And Schulman as the forward line, Gorloff and Viscoso as the defenders. Stars try and control, headed back to their zone. Phantoms pick it up at the blue line, break into the offensive zone, and they dump it in deep. 35 seconds left to go here in the first half as the Stars rack that puck up, but not out of the zone just yet. It's Russo kicking that puck out of the zone to buy the Stars a little bit of breathing room here, as it's been all Phantoms in the last few minutes. Phantoms throw a long shot in, wide of the cage, and now it'll be Gorloff to pick up that puck. He curls with it onto the backhand and takes it to the side of the cage, dances around the cage, and then works that up towards Schulman. Schulman tries to send that puck farther. Instead, it comes in on Diatelli, who makes a nice kick save as Gorloff rides his man into the wall. It's the Phantoms now trying to hold the zone. Just 1 second left, and that'll be the buzzer. And so, after the first half here, it's the Delco Phantoms 4, the New York Stars 0. Stick around. We're going to show you some highlights, and we'll see ya after the ice cut right here on Midnight Sports.
Hockey fans, Halloween is just around the corner, and you know what that means. Bad puns! They'll be everywhere, and there's nothing you can do about those puns. Lean into it, and don't be a jerk-o'-lantern. Just remember, if you can't get into the spirit, what goes around comes around. And if that's not your style, hold tight for the terrible double entendres, like a monster calling someone a skelebone, or a ghost's favorite day of the week being Moan Day. Don't forget that it's Dad Joke Central too, with cemeteries being so popular that people are just dying to get in, and a scarecrow winning an award for being outstanding in its field. It's Halloween puns. Give 'em pumpkin to talk about.
Puck out from behind his own net. He's surrounded by three Phantoms men, and the shot comes in there. Diatelli makes the save. It's out in front of him. He makes the second save, and he pops out that glove and freezes it. He turns with it. Phantoms were making a change. Stick just off Viscoso's stick. Fauci works over his man, and now the Phantoms into the offensive end, into the slot. Shot comes in, and it's deflected up. Center right. 7:54 left to go. The bouncing puck comes in, and Diatelli does well to just steer that wide. The ensuing shot, though, goes under the pads, and the Phantoms score. Here this afternoon at IceWorks, as now the Phantoms have a mini break. They're in the low slot, are the Phantoms. They're able to dangle around and score. Well, that was a broken play, a breakout play. It's a 2-on-3 for the Phantoms, but they curl into the top of the slot and now try and dangle past 1 man and 2, and they're in, and the backhander is up and in. Wow, what a... Viscoso picks it up on the backhand, curls around his own net, reverses to himself to get on the forehand, trying to work that up and out of zone. It comes out front, and then it's just tapped home by the Phantoms. Welcome on back in here. There we go. Ready to roll now. Welcome back to Aston, PA. Third time's the charm on getting that microphone unmuted. It's pretty complicated. You've got to push one button, and I wasn't able to do it the first two times. But anyway, here we are. Second half upcoming for the Stars and the Phantoms from Aston, PA. Whistle goes there. Real quick warm-up period for players on both sides of the ice, as they've played a lot of hockey today and probably don't need too much time to get warmed up. They'll stretch out right in front of the benches, but we'll get rolling here. The Phantoms have a healthy 4-goal lead going into the second half, but as was said from the crowd at the break, it's youth hockey. Anything can happen. If it were me on my couch, not having to take the Jersey Turnpike or 295 to get down here, I think I'd stay right on my couch and stay watching to see what happens here, as 25 more game minutes have been put up on the board. Now, don't forget next week, too, the Stars take on the Mustangs and the Bruins in 2 LIAHL matchups right here on Midnight Sports. Sure, we'll talk about those again later, as it'll be Nicolaitis at the dot to start this one off. Wins that face-off forward, and now Polisi tracks down his man as the Phantoms break into the offensive zone. It's the Phantoms in that zone now, looking to set something up in the slot. They throw one in wide of the cage there. Follow-up not doing, as Viscoso gets his stick in the way, and Diatelli had it covered with the leg pad. Stars break out through Polisi. Looks up ice. He's got Nicolaitis streaking in the offensive zone, who shovels it farther there. A lot of wet ice out there as the puck rolls, but it could gum up in any of these puddles, as the ice hasn't totally dried off just yet. Puck sits in front of the Zamboni doors momentarily. Gorloff able to stick that puck there, but we're going to have both players going after some jostling in the corner. It'll be Nicolaitis to the box, as well as his compatriot for the Phantoms, who has a couple more words for him, as they both go to the box here with 24-24 left in the second half. Well, it should be 5-on-5 hockey here, concurrent penalties, so we'll see how many players come over the bench. Phantoms only have 4 out there, and now a fifth skater is going to step onto the ice, and 5 for the Stars in their road navy blues. Well, as with this morning, it's an EJEPL game. Because of the long halves, the teams don't actually switch sides after the break. And so the Phantoms able to bounce that puck up, but not out of the zone just yet. It's Fisher streaking and nearly jammed that one home, did Fisher. The long stick of the Phantoms netminder keeps that one out. And the Stars with the first really good opportunity here early on in the second half. It's the Phantoms at the near half wall, trying to work that puck deeper into the zone. Fisher all over his man, able to send that back toward Gorloff. Gorloff takes it behind his net on the backhand, feathers that up toward Schulman. Not out of the zone just yet, but Russo gets in the way of that zone entry, able to get the puck up and out. It's a bright start here for the Stars as they look to pour it on in the offensive zone. Schulman tracking down his man. Phantoms will break out of their zone across center ice. The Phantoms coming with speed. A couple of long sticks, but the Phantoms are in, and they try to go forehand, backhand, and roof it. Instead, they go over the net. Diatelli had come way out there to cut down on the angle, and he did well to stop that shot from going to the back of the net. Sometimes they don't show up on the score sheet, but they are good saves, all the same, because Diatelli was at the top of the blue paint there and forced his man to go well high of the cage. This faceoff's going to come at center ice as the Stars get some new skaters out there. It'll be Fauci, Bizarro, Polisi, Farrow, and Leshner as the 5 skaters. It's Polisi trying to work that puck forward. Comes into the Stars zone, though. Phantoms look to get a shot off at the side of the cage. Sticked aside there by Farrow after Leshner had worked over his man and forced him into a desperation shot there. It's Bizarro streaking up the left wing now. He's got Polisi across the ice. Fauci right in the middle of the slot. He's able to tap that on net, but couldn't quite get it out from close to his body. So not much momentum on that puck as it trickled into the blue paint. 23:06 left to go here in the second half. And it'll be Fauci winning that faceoff forward on net, sticked aside there by the Phantoms goaltender. It's now the Phantoms trying to work that puck up and out of the zone. Bizarro on the back check, forces a pass, comes over toward Viscoso. Viscoso can go point to point with Farrow. Didn't want to take the risk in the slot, came right back up the boards, and now it'll be the Phantoms in the neutral zone. Phantoms will send a long shot in, but they hit Farrow, and it never connects, so it'll be Polisi coming the other way with the puck. Just out of his reach eventually, though. Fauci now in for support. Jammed farther by the Phantoms. Not past Bizarro, though. He breaks in on a 1-on-2, takes a shot, shouldered up and over by the Phantoms goaltender. It'll be Fauci on the puck, leaves it for Bizarro. Bizarro curls with it, sends a one-timer in, and a wonderful save. Boy, Polisi sent a laser in on goal, and it was saved nicely by the Phantoms. Well, not sure what Coach Carney said in the locker room, but certainly the Stars have come out with some real verve here to open up the second half. That puck's going to roll all the way down for an icing, so with 22:07 left to go here in the second half, the Stars with some big push, not even 3 minutes into this second half. Stars really trying to tilt the ice, maybe break the dam here to get some goals on the board. It's Russo at the near dot, wins that over toward the half wall, and Fisher fires in on the forecheck. It's the Phantoms coming away with it behind the net. They'll delay there and then break out on a bank pass into the neutral zone. Phantoms now rolling with the puck into the offensive zone, loading up in the slot. Shot comes in. Oh, it's a pick right to the top corner, and just like that, the Phantoms score. Boy, what a shot right into the upper 90 of the net there from the high slot. Now, that's a tough one to save, most certainly, as that puck went right into the top corner on a quick release. Ensuing faceoff's going to be Russo. 21:51 left to go in this one. Stars really want to turn the momentum the other way. They had a good run of play there for the opening 3 minutes of this game. And against that run of play, Phantoms scored. Fisher with a snapshot, saved nicely by the Phantoms. Stars still with the puck. Fisher again. Puck rolls into the blue paint, touched farther in the slot, and the Stars couldn't quite get their stick on it in time for a third follow-up. Puck's going to roll all the way toward Diatelli, who sticks that puck aside for a turning Gorloff. A rolling puck comes through the blue paint, though, as Schaefer tries to tap it farther. He does. Fisher now finds Russo. Russo up toward Schulman. Schulman up the left wing now as Russo gains the zone. And Schulman's got the puck on his stick. Rubbed off there, but Fisher picks it up at the top of the circle. Feathers one down low. It's Russo trying to go around the cage. Throw it out front, and it's cut out by a stick of a Phantoms player. It's Schaefer now on the puck. He's going to drop that toward the slot. Phantoms there first, but only so far as Gorloff. Look out. Slapper in from Gorloff. Hits a skate. Rebound nearly touched home there by Fisher. Instead, the Phantoms get there first, and they break out the other way. Gorloff upended right at the red line there. And so it'll be the Stars trying to come the other way with the puck. Russo on it now at center ice. He'll dump that in on net because the Stars are making a change. Released there by the Phantoms. And that puck is going to be sent out of the zone as the Stars complete their change. It's the Phantoms now coming in to the top of the slot. Look out. This is where the goal was from before. Drop pass, though. Sees the Phantoms unable to pull the trigger. And now it'll be Nicolaitis coming the other way. Nicolaitis leaves for Bizarro. Taps it farther into the zone. And he'll pull up so as not to go headlong into the wall. Nicolaitis upends his man. But the Phantoms come back the other way, and they're going to leave the zone. We're going to get a call here for a hook as the Phantoms still pour into the offensive zone, and Farrow cuts out the threat. And so it'll be the Stars to the box first in this game. Looks like maybe they're calling a hold. Unclear exactly what the call is going to be. It's going to go on Leshner, though, and so he'll go to the box here. It is a hook, in fact, and so he'll be in the box for 2 minutes. 20 minutes and 7 seconds left to go here in the second half. Stars now down a man as they look to tilt the ice in the other direction. It's Fauci at the near dot. Puck comes up to the Phantoms, and they wing that puck in deep to the offensive zone. Trying to throw that to the slot. One-timer comes in. Ooh, Diatelli makes a wonderful save. A lot of bodies in front, and the puck pushed out of the zone. Diatelli did very well with a lot of traffic in front of him. Only 9 skaters on the ice right now, but it felt like about 20 right in front of the blue paint. And Diatelli equal to the task. Pisocoso gets turned there. One-timer comes in. Diatelli makes the save. Jammed out of the zone again by the Stars. Well, 19:35 left to go here in the second half as the Phantoms regain the offensive zone. They come on in on the backhand. The puck sits in the blue paint. Diatelli makes a save. Now the puck bounces out to the top of the circle. Loading up are the Phantoms. They hit a body in front. It goes wide. Phantoms trying to find some open ice now, and they do at the far point. Try and send that in just a little bit deeper. Ice Monster grovels it up the first time, but now it comes to the top of the slot. Puck sits there looking for a deflection. Diatelli able to shut that down as it didn't hit any stick, but Diatelli kicks that aside very well. Now the puck comes in on him again. He's down again. He makes the save again as the puck goes to the far point. Phantoms load up for a one-timer. It goes wide of the cage. It was wired, but it just went wide, and now it leaves the zone. We should get an offside here, and we do. 18:52 left to go here in the second half. 46 seconds left to go on the man advantage for the Phantoms. And the Stars looking to find the back of the Phantoms' net for the first time this afternoon. Understandable for the Stars here, as there have got to be some tired legs out there after the double overtime this morning. Certainly you can say the Phantoms played that same game, but through misfortune and injury, the Stars down a few skaters here today, and now playing the second game on an Olympic-sized rink as Diatelli covers up that puck at the side of the cage. So certainly coaches will never want to hear an excuse, but it's understandable that it's difficult for the Stars after traveling 2 hours this morning. Might not have the same energy level as the Phantoms, who didn't have to make the drive. It's the Phantoms now at the far half wall in the offensive zone. They still have 17 seconds on the man advantage, trying to throw something in front. Worked wide well there by Nicolaitis. Nicolaitis all over his man at the near point. Phantoms will just have to dump in. 8 seconds left to go on the power play for the Phantoms as they throw it out front. Diatelli shuts that down right in the blue paint, and he'll cover up. A good save by him with just 1 second left to go on the power play to the Phantoms. It's going to be a defensive zone draw coming to Diatelli's right. Stars will get some new skaters out there now. It's Russo, still Nicolaitis, Schaefer, and Viscoso. Phantoms making their last change here as they get their 5 skaters on the ice. Face-off won there by Nicolaitis. Firing up is Schaefer, gets that puck out of the zone, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Oh, a heavy hit there, celebrated by the Phantoms as the Stars pop right back up, and it's 17:57 left to go. Defensive zone draw coming as that puck had trickled in on Diatelli. And so the Phantoms set up for another offensive zone draw. Nicolaitis winning that up to the point, not out just yet. He upends his man, though, and Russo takes over. Russo can headman for Polisi, dumps in, and that's just going to be gloved by the Phantoms goaltender, who brushes it aside for his defender. Schaefer pinches in to keep the zone, drops that down toward Nicolaitis. Nicolaitis in the near corner, throws that to the slot, hits a Phantom stick first, though, and now Russo and Schaefer work together to keep the puck in the zone. It's Nicolaitis on the puck, leaves it there for Russo, hits a skate, though, and the Phantoms will break out the other way. It's the Phantoms on the puck at center ice. They gain the line. They'll just dump in after they do, and the Stars will give chase in their own zone. It's the Stars working that up and out of the zone, but without possession, so the Phantoms reset in the neutral zone. Nicolaitis pours forward in front of the Phantoms bench. 2 Phantoms players collide, and the Stars take over again. It's Schaefer settling that puck down. He's got Viscoso out there with him. Looks to go rink wide for Fauci. He does. Broken stick in front of the Stars bench. Gummed up that breakout a little bit, and the Phantoms, unsatisfied thus far with their hitting, are going to continue pouring it on the Stars here. It's Fisher keeping the zone, works it down for Polisi, who gives chase. That puck's chopped up to the near point. Schaefer with the keep. Works that toward Polisi, comes all the way over to Fauci, rolls off his stick there, so it's just a little bit too hot to handle. Fisher turns to throw it to the slot. Phantoms instead clear it at the far circle, and now it's the Phantoms with the breakout that misses all sticks. We should get an icing here. We do. 16:30 left to go in the second half. It's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Stars. Now that stick's going to head into the Stars bench, but someone off, it looks like maybe the Phantoms bench coming to collect, so we'll see what happens there. In any event, I don't think you need broken stick updates necessarily from your couch. It's the Stars trying to get a shot off. The Phantoms, though, come the other way, and they're going to clear the zone here. They work that up through the neutral zone, trying to thread a pass up. Fisher all over his man, takes him out of the play, and forces a pass that Pizarro intercepts. Pizarro into the offensive zone. He's on the forehand, looking to send that into the slot. Puck rolls in the blue paint, nearly touched home there by Fisher. Oh, and Fauci takes a couple of hits while he's down on the ice. He doesn't like it, and the officials get in there. Maybe not quickly enough. Well, even the Phantoms players telling their players to leave it in the blue paint, as it's Certainly an interesting call to take players from both sides there after Fauci was hit. Wally was on the ground, cross-checked on the ground, tries to defend himself, ends up in the box. That's the only thing you can say there with 16:08 left to go in the second half. They took one from both sides. It's Fisher working that puck in deeper. Phantoms with the puck behind their net. Phantoms trying to work that puck up and out of the zone, and they do to center ice. Rolls off a stick. Leshner now turns, and he's able to gum up the shot initially. Shot does eventually come in. Diatelli fights that one off, and it's picked up by Farrow, who racks that around toward Bizarro. Bizarro tries to work that puck farther. Comes back to Farrow, who sends it off the boards, out of the zone, all the way into the offensive zone, and the Phantoms will have to track back at the end line. Phantoms on the puck there behind the cage. Phantoms still with the puck, curling around, skating this one out of the zone. It eventually comes off their stick, and Leshner there to send that back up into the neutral zone. Phantoms will dump in now. Farrow turns, picks up the puck behind his own net, needs to settle that rolling puck on the forehand. He does, and he'll skate that up, but not out of the zone. And the Phantoms trying to throw one into the slot. Leshner did well not to bite on that play. He could have gone to the end wall to try and take the man out of the play, but there was a lurker right behind him, and so his stick got in the way and gummed up any shot that was going to come in. It's the Stars now working hard to get this puck up and out of the zone. Phantoms able to keep there. 14:58 left to go here in the second half as the Phantoms have it behind the Stars' net, trying to work something out in front of the net. Instead, it's Leshner jamming that around to the weak side. Now Fisher fires in on the forehand, tries to throw that out of the zone, hits a body, shot comes in, it's deflected on net, and Diatelli sticks that big left leg pad out. And so it's the Phantoms keeping the zone right now, pouring the pressure on the Stars. Stars equal to the task thus far in this section of the game. And it's the Phantoms dumping it back in again. Farrow now turns into the near corner. Farrow on the puck, gets himself on the forehand, curls in the circle, but he finds a Phantom stick, and now the Phantoms set up again. The shot comes in, hits a body. It was Farrow with the shot block, and then the ensuing shot does roll on Diatelli, who's able to throw the blocker and glove over it as we get a stoppage in play with 14:12 left to go here in the second half. The Stars will get some new skaters out there. It'll be Nicolaitis, Polisi, Schaefer, Bizarro, and Viscoso. Nicolaitis at the near dot. Wins that over to the half wall, and it'll be Polisi trying to fire it out of the zone. It comes back to Schaefer. Schaefer on the backhand at the end boards. Will curl, reverse to get on the forehand, and he gets wiped out by a man there. No complaint from the Stars bench. Certainly felt like there could be a tripping call on either team there, and now the Phantoms complaining about the lack of calls. And so onward we play here. It's been consistent thus far in this game. Very, very few penalty calls thus far, and certainly very few non-coincidental minor penalty calls as Bizarro finds Polisi. Polisi taken down there. We had no arm raised, though, as we play on. It's Bizarro now dancing around one man, sends a pass right to the slot, comes over to Polisi. Polisi there, hits the bar. Oh, boy, that looked like maybe it hit a post instead of the bar. Either way, a lot of iron in the way of him putting that rubber in the back of the net. And so it'll be Viscoso taking over, working that puck up toward Polisi. Polisi crosses the blue line, tries to send that puck in deep, hits a body. Phantoms take over and send it out of the zone. This is going to go all the way down. Icing waived, interestingly. All the skaters on the ice thought that was going to go for an icing, but both officials saw it as something that could have been touched. Viscoso upends his man and is able to jam that puck out of the zone, and now this icing will be waived too. Well, it's fair on both sides, I guess, waiving all icings right now, although the Stars probably would like a few clock stoppages to try and get back in this one. And now we will get an icing. Looks like Diatelli might have convinced the officials that, in fact, icing should be called. Well, the Phantoms to the box here after that icing. Doesn't really matter that it was iced other than the stoppage in play for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. After the Phantoms had complained about the lack of a tripping call in the offensive zone. So the Phantoms to the box at 12:48 left to play here in the second half. We'll see whether they put 2 or 5 minutes up on the board. Certainly it would be a harsh 5-minute major for unsportsmanlike conduct there. You know, hard to hear, of course, what was said between player and official, but there's an explanation going on over at the Phantoms bench. It looked like the gesture from the the far circle was 2 and 10 instead of 5. So we'll see. Russo, Fisher, and Schulman out there. No penalty put up on the board yet, and the clock's not running either. So we'll see what happens here as it just started to tick, but the officials skating toward the scoreboard there, or the scorekeeper, I should say. Be very impressive if they skated toward the scoreboard in any event, given that the scoreboard's hanging from the ceiling. It'll be Viscoso tracking back at center ice. It's been a lot of hockey here today, folks. You're going to have to give me a little bit of grace. And it'll be the Phantoms jamming that into the offensive zone, but without possession, and onward we play. Phantoms do have 5 skaters out there, so interesting penalty call, sending one Phantom off the ice. No actual penalty on the board other than that player not allowed to be on the ice for who knows how long. That's up to the officials, and they don't report back to us. It's the Phantoms taking the puck in the offensive zone, and then Viscoso takes a check right into the back, and so Viscoso and the complaining Phantoms player will go to the box for matching cross checks, one would assume. Might be 4-on-4 hockey here. We'll see. Those were not coincidental minors. They just happened to be in the same run of play. Well, 11:57 left to go here. It's going to be a rough. And another rough. And it looks like maybe 2 and 10s to both sets of players. Unclear here as we have 5 skaters on the ice for both teams. So adjudged to be coincidental, interestingly, as the scorekeeper calling the official back over for a moment to get some clarification on all the paperwork that's going to have to go in here. Well, Leshner, Nicolaitis, Polisi, Farrow, and Bizarro out there as the 5 skaters for the Stars. And credit to those Stars players. None of them are giving up out here as that shot goes wide for the Phantoms. Bizarro to pick up at the far half wall. Bizarro on the puck, forced a little deeper into his zone, works it up to the far point, not out as the Phantoms dump right back in. Still 5-on-5 hockey out there for these hockey players. Touch farther by Polisi, out of the zone. Bizarro gives chase on the forecheck, sent off the glass by the Phantoms, but a little bit too soon into the offensive zone. And what's turned into a choppy game is almost ground to a standstill here at 11:30 left to go in the second half. Now it'll be a center ice drop as that's where that puck was sent in offsides. Nicolaitis wins that drop over toward Polisi. Leshner shepherds that puck up toward him. Nicolaitis slaps it farther into the offensive zone, and now Polisi gives chase in the near corner. Polisi nearly takes the puck off his man, and now it's thrown in front. It hits the equipment of the Phantoms netminder, but doesn't go in, and Leshner with a nice keep. Polisi keeps that puck down even farther. Polisi at the near half wall. It's a rolling puck up toward Leshner, who had pinched in, but covered there by Farrow, who takes that puck in his defensive zone and finds a curling Bizarro, who finds Polisi. Polisi skates into the offensive zone. He loads up. He shoots. He scores. That's a Stars goal. Oh, Polisi scored. He sniped that top left corner and was able to put the Stars on the score sheet here. It was a beautiful play set up back in the Stars' own end, and Bizarro found Polisi. And the Stars notch their first goal of the game. 10:55 left to go in this one. It's Phantoms 5, Stars 1. Ensuing faceoff will be Fauci. He's got Fisher out there as well as Schulman. Phantoms win that faceoff, take over the offensive zone. Rolling puck is kicked aside there by Diatelli, and the puck not just out of the zone yet for the Stars. It's at the near point. Kicked farther by the Phantoms, who dumped that puck all the way to the end boards. Farrow goes to retrieve. It's Farrow on the puck. He takes a big hit there, and he pops right back up as the Stars look to get this puck out. Fauci did well covering defensively there and worked the puck up to Fisher with a nice pass towards Schulman. Just got caught in a skate. Schulman, though, with a nice stick lift there. That's what we're talking about there, Midnight Sports fans. These Stars are not giving up in this game. 10:15 left to go here in the second half, and they are skating as hard as they possibly can out there, all to a man, skating very, very hard. Shot comes in, bouncing puck, swiped that there by Diatelli. He makes the save, And that puck's cleared up through Leshner to Fisher. Fisher on the forecheck, forces a backward pass there, and the Phantoms take over again in their own end. That puck nearly cut out by Bizarro on the cross-ice pass. Again, a lot of wide ice out there in this Olympic-sized rink. And so it'll be Bizarro dancing into the offensive zone. He's on the backhand. He throws that in, and it's shut down by the Phantoms netminder with 9:41 left to go here in the second half. Now, folks, a reminder, you're watching this game on Midnight Sports. Give us a like, follow, or subscription. We'd really appreciate it, and it's free. Russo at the near dot. He's got Polisi to his right, Bizarro to his left. And it's Bizarro tapping that puck farther into the zone after Russo wins the faceoff. Phantoms come away with it momentarily. Polisi in on the forecheck. Gorloff will have to back off here at the near point. There is certainly aggressive defensive play, but then there's crazy defensive play. And the Stars not quite at that point just yet as Polisi tries to dangle into the offensive zone. It's Gorloff gumming up that play once and then twice, now turning as Schaefer's back covering. Puck comes into the slot. It's kicked aside there by Diatelli. Nice save moving against his momentum as the Stars look to escape the zone. They do. Puck from Polisi over to Bizarro. Bizarro loads up on the forehand, goes high just over the cage as he hits the glass behind the net. It's now the Phantoms curling behind their own net. Bizarro on the forecheck forces a pass that Schaefer's able to keep in the zone. Comes right back to Bizarro, tries to chop it farther for Russo, and the puck does eventually roll out of the zone, and Gorloff will have to track all the way back. Icing waved as the puck nearly touched his stick at center ice. Gorloff on the puck there, goes around his man. He gets bodied off the puck and picks it right back up in the near corner. It'll be the Stars trying to work that puck up and out of the zone. And Bizarro finding Schaefer at the near side. Now picked up by Fisher. Ooh, his man sticks a knee out. We should get a call there. That was a tough play, as it is called a kneeing penalty there. Now, good to see Fisher pop right up as the Phantoms man left the leg out while Fisher was trying to get by. And so the Phantoms to the box there with 8:24 left to play in this one. It'll be the Stars with an offensive zone draw. Now up a man for 2 minutes. It'll be Nikolaitis at the dot. He's got Fisher to his right, Schulman to his left. Nikolaitis wins that forward. Leshner nearly grabbed that out of the air to keep the zone. Rolls back to Farrow instead. Farrow finds Schulman. Schulman turns with the puck. He's at the blue line as Schulman. He gains the zone with some speed. He throws that in, and the rebound comes out in front, and then it's cleared by the Phantoms, but not out of the zone. It's Nikolaitis now throwing that puck to the slot. Hits a few skates and goes wide. Fisher to try and pick it up at the near corner. He does, and he avoids a big hit as the puck goes rink wide. The Phantoms look to flick that out of the zone. They do. It should go for an icing here with an arm raised by the linesman. So with 7:53 left to go in the second half, 1:30 left to go in the man advantage for the Stars, it's going to be an offensive zone draw. It'll be Leshner and Farrow out there as the defensive pairing. Fauci, Bizarro, and Polisi as the power play forwards. Fauci at the dot. That puck's dropped. It sits there, and then the Phantoms come away with it. They try and jam it up and out of the zone. They do. That bouncing puck escapes the offensive zone for the Stars. Farrow tracks back to pick it up for Leshner. Leshner taps it forward, sits right in front of the camera well here until Polisi picks it up. He's at the same spot where he scored before. He tries the same shot, different corner this time, and he's shut down by the goaltender for the Phantoms. Phantoms break the other way. They're through the neutral zone with speed. They try and go around the Stars men. They're in the slot, and a good back check there by Fauci. Keeps the initial shot coming, and then a wonderful save by Diatelli. Sees the Phantoms stay off the board, but looks like there's going to be some paperwork here for the officials as Fauci may have committed a hook there on the way through. No, they're going to call it a rough on both players. Wow, they're going to take one from each team there. And so it's still a power play here for the Stars for another 58 seconds. All right, it'll be Bizarro out there. He's got, looks to be Polisi and Gorloff, as well as Russo and Schaefer with them. Schaefer tries to work that puck up through the neutral zone, hits a skate, And Gorloff gets in the way of any zone entry at first, so the Phantoms dump it on in. Polisi tracks back behind his own net to pick up that puck. Settles it, throws it up toward Russo, who loses an edge, and Schaefer in for support. Polisi there as well. Polisi takes over. He's got the puck on his forehand, and he sends it up toward Bizarro, who throws that rink wide, expecting a forward to be streaking up the middle. Instead, though, Phantom's able to just dump that right back in. 27 seconds left to go in the man advantage for the Stars. It's Gorloff working that puck over for Schaefer. Schaefer on the puck now. 6:44 left to go in this game as the Stars desperately want to get that second goal and narrow this gap. It's Polisi gaining the offensive zone. He loads up on the forehand. Deflected shot. Never reaches the cage, and now it's thrown all the way down. And that'll be Diatelli settling that puck down, and Gorloff back to pick it up. 3 seconds left to go in the man advantage. We're now back to 5-on-5 hockey as the Stars exit their zone, but without possession. Phantoms rack that puck right back in. Russo able to work over his man as that puck got close. The Stars work that puck up through Russo and Fisher in the neutral zone. It's Bizarro streaking down the left wing, looking for that rebound, nearly gets it. Well, instead, Phantoms look to break out, and they do across their blue line as the Stars get back on defense. Schaefer able to jam up that play initially, and then Fisher does the rest and finds Bizarro. Bizarro curls with the puck, goes around a man, and buys his team some time to make a change here. Gorloff working that puck up toward Fisher, just out of his reach as the Phantoms come right back the other way. 5:40 left to play here. Phantoms will get a shot off, but it's deflected wide of the cage. And so now it's Schaefer to pick up the puck. Trying to send that deeper were the Phantoms, but the Stars get in the way. Phantoms with the zone keep. They're at the top of the circle. Puck just bounces around a little bit until Fisher comes away with it in the neutral zone. Fisher looks across the ice, uses the boards to get that puck just a little bit deeper in the zone. Stars will have to clear the zone as they're making a change as well. Now it's dumped right back in by Nikolaitis. And it'll be Schulman on the forecheck as the Stars try to get that puck deeper into the zone. And Schulman now on the backhand. He curls at the near half wall looking for Nikolaitis, who was jousting with his man. And so the Phantoms come the other way. Phantoms into the offensive zone. It's a 2-on-2 as they look to send something into the slot. Leshner does very well on defense there, able to gum out that play as it rolls, though, to the slot. And it's Farrow now on the backhand, comes up to the Phantoms. They look to pull the trigger, can't quite do it just yet. In the far circle, backhander comes in, but Farrow in the way, never reached the net. 4:37 left to go as both teams starting to lose a little bit of energy out there. Been a lot of hockey played here today. Puck comes up to the near point, not out just yet. Stars do eventually thread the needle and get that puck out of the zone. 4:22 left to play here from Aston, PA. It's the Phantoms working that up to the far point and then out of their zone, and Leshner will turn with the puck, settle it down in his own slot, and work that over toward Farrow. Farrow returns the pass to Leshner. Leshner now has Russo in front of him, Polisi to his right, and Bizarro to his left. He finds Bizarro breaking into the offensive zone. Bizarro tries to pick that corner. Rolling puck comes in, still loose there as it's popped up and over the cage. Boy, nearly a broken play there for the Stars. Leshner now fires that puck off a body, catches his own shot, fires it again, and that's saved nicely by the Phantoms goaltender. It's Bizarro on the puck, looking for a streaking Russo, goes just wide of the cage. 3:42 left to play in this one as the Phantoms have a breakaway here. The Phantoms in the slot. They're in all alone. They shoot and they score. Well, the Stars had to make a big push there, and sometimes that's cheating a little bit in the offensive zone. And these things are bound to happen when you push all your players into the offensive zone, as the Stars needed to. They were down 4 goals with under 4 minutes left to play. They had to make a push, and sometimes when you make that push, you leave the back end open. Well, it'll be Fauci now at center ice. He's got Fisher to his right and Bizarro to his left. Players told to back out of the circle. They do. Puck's dropped. And Bizarro takes that face-off win, leaves it for Schaefer, who sends that into the offensive zone. The Stars now will give chase on the forecheck. Phantoms have the puck in the near corner, now behind their own net. They look to reverse it there and send that puck off the boards up and out of the zone. It's Gorloff getting the stick in the way of that breakout play. Gorloff now without a stick, though, as the Phantoms come into the offensive zone. It'll be Fauci turning to pick up that puck. Rolls behind his own net. Now it comes out to the front. Shot wide there by the Phantoms. And so the Stars look to break out of their zone. It's Fisher working hard to get that puck up to the near point, and Fauci in for support. He threads that over toward Fisher. Puck now comes through the neutral zone, and Bizarro on the forecheck. That puck rolls. Gorloff's got his stick back as the Phantoms break out of their own zone. They'll turn at the near half wall and pump that puck into the neutral zone without possession. Gorloff will turn on the backhand between his circles there and flip that puck up toward Bizarro. 2:35 left to play in this one as the Phantoms like to keep this a 5-goal game. Fauci in the way of that breakout. Sends that puck in as Bizarro turns to pick it up at the end boards. Phantoms there as well. Bizarro gets there first. He's on the forehand looking for a creeping Gorloff who sends that in off a body. Now the Stars look to pick up the rebound again. It's Bizarro settling that puck down, turning with it, trying to send that across the ice to a waiting Schaefer. Instead, the Phantoms get in the way as we tick under 4 minutes to play here at IceWorks in Aston, PA. Phantoms able to dump that puck in just a little bit deeper. It's the Phantoms now on the puck at center ice, and they send that off the boards into the offensive zone. Phantoms trying to get that puck in the slot. Backhander comes in. Oh, and it finds the top corner there. 1:47 left to play here in the second half, and that was a seeing eye puck that found the top corner of the net. Nothing Diatelli could have done on that one as he was screened, and that backhander just took off. Well, it's Phantoms 7, Stars 1. And the ensuing faceoff is going to be Nicolaitis. Well, and Viscoso being sent off the ice right now. Trying to adjust his chin strap, it looks like. And the officials will talk to each other just a little bit here. Well, looks like it might. We'll see what the discussion here is. Now it's still 5-on-5 hockey. Viscoso in the box. Unclear if it's a penalty or he was just told to leave the ice due to an equipment issue. In any event, Stars looking to finish this game up strong as Polisi takes the puck at the blue line and is able to get that puck out of the zone. Phantoms will have to clear. Polisi still all over his man. Again, these players might be tired, but they are trying hard out there. It's the Phantoms with the puck behind their net. Polisi on the forecheck. Puck comes up to the near half wall and comes over to Schulman, who jams that right back in the zone. 1:15 left to play here in the second half. It's Polisi all over his man. Puck comes up and just escapes the glove of Leshner. And so the Stars, through Farrow, able to keep that puck in possession in their defensive zone. And it's Leshner going point to point with Farrow. He's got a man draped on him, but the Stars nearly break out and had a 2-on-1. Instead, Ice Monster gobbles up the puck momentarily. Shot does come in. It's gloved down there by the Phantoms netminder. And so the clock continues to tick with 45 seconds left to go here, as the officials must have said run that clock, as the game is 7-1. Interesting decision there by the officials to go ahead and run it here late in the second half. In any event, it'll be the Phantoms now on the puck behind their own net with a running clock. They work that puck up to the near half wall. Polisi able to gum up that zone exit at first, and now it's Leshner getting a stick in the way. Nicolaitis at the top of the slot, loads up on the forehand, hits a body just in front. Polisi there trying to touch it farther, but the Phantoms get in the way, and they'll break the other way with just 10 seconds left to play as Leshner able to body his man off the puck momentarily. Shot comes in. It's going to be gloved there by Diatelli, but that'll do it here at IceWorks in Aston, PA. Thank you so much for joining us here at a Midnight Sports doubleheader on the road. The Stars split against the Phantoms, winning the morning game, losing the afternoon game, but showing great heart and effort in both games. So join us again next weekend as the Stars take on the Long Island Mustangs and Great Neck Bruins. We'll have all the coverage here for you right on Midnight Sports. Until then, stay safe.